Okay, Mike, Charlie Crist has just arrived. He's given some well wishers. In fact, he's coming right over to us right now.
How are you?
Charlie Crist, Grant Boxleiter, SNN. Nice to see
pleasure.
you.
Nice seeing you.
Sarasota has been critical in past elections. How critical it will be this time around as you try to get your governor's seat back?
Oh, I think it'll be very critical. You know, Sarasota's important. It's a place where wonderful people live and care about education and ethics in government, I believe, and also about the economy and our environment. So it's critical to me, and it's very close to my home, too, in St. Pete.
Now, we know this week a group connected to Governor Scott to try to link you to Obamacare. What's your response to that?
Well, you know, I don't know. I think it's kind of childish that they're going negative this early in a race. But, you know, when you don't have much of a record, that's what you do. And Rick Scott doesn't have much of a record, so he's going negative early. It's a shame that he's doing that. The real crisis in health care in Florida is the fact that Rick Scott won't properly support Medicaid expansion so that almost 1 million of our fellow Floridians get health care. That's the crisis that we're dealing with.
And you are signing your book, The Party's Over. What's just one facet that you can share with our viewers?
Well, it just talks about, you know, having been a Republican, becoming an independent, and then seeing the light and becoming a Democrat, a Florida Democrat. And, you know, it's a fun story. I think it's a good read, and I would recommend it to people. It was a lot of fun to write it.
Medical marijuana on the ballot. Do you think this is going to shape the governor's race one way or another?
I really don't know, but I think it's the right thing to do. Let me go on the record about that. I think medical marijuana is a compassionate notion. I think it is right to offer it. What we do for people in their pain now are prescription drugs like Oxycontin that are incredibly detrimental and bad for people.
Charlie Crist, thank you so much for joining us. Anything else that you'd like to say?
Well, I just would ask the people for the vote. You know, I mean, this thing's coming up pretty soon now. It's November the 4th is Election Day, and it's important. If you think we need a new direction and Florida can do better, and I know we can, I'd appreciate people's vote.
Charlie Crist, thank you so much for joining
us.
Thank
you. My pleasure.
And now he will go in and sign books. He also has a fundraiser at the Francis a few blocks away here starting at 6 o'clock. Lots of folks wanting to get his time, though, right now. So we're going to send it back to the studio. Mike?
All right, Grant, we know you will hear more from the former governor a little bit later, and you. Thank you, Grant.